I'm on the road here driving to the Atlantic coast for the summer, I thought I'd just say a word about Ernest and his schooling, French schooling in general. Well, French high schools, let's put it that way. French high schools, in fact, French schools, middle schools too, here in France are no joke. Whereas in the U.S., schools are seem to me to be more a combination of academics and cultural rite of passage. In France, they are all business about academics. That's my impression as a father. Right now, he's going through his high school graduation exams, which are called the baccalauréat, or well, the getting his high school degree is the baccalaureate, or in short, just called the bac. And he has had 3 5-hour exams this week, and then next week he has what's called the grand oral, which he has to make an oral presentation. And these exams take place both at the end of his junior year, or the year, last year, and his senior year, which is this year. And man, I gotta tell you, watching him study and watching how long these exams are, I don't think I hit exams that hard until the bar exam after law school, and maybe even that wasn't as hard and as consequential. Consequential, yeah, definitely, because it kind of, without that, all my hard work was down the drain if I couldn't if I couldn't get licensed to be a lawyer. Anyway, pretty consequential for him too, though, just to get out of high school and move on to university or whatever career he wants to have. In the U.S., by comparison, when I said cultural rite of passage, I mean you have pep rallies, you have the senior prom, you have all the sports teams that are attached to school. I mean, it's just a special time in every American's life, good or bad. The high school, there's you wish and expect your kid to have a wonderful high school life. And here in France, it seems to me like it's really not a school sports culture like there is in the U.S. Rivalry between schools. Not only that, the school day lasts pretty much until 5 or 6 most days, 5 or 6 p.m. most days. So, and when kids do sports, or competitive sports, it's typically with a club that's outside of the school, not attached to the school. So, yeah, the kids here, and then just the academic rigor, it seems much more rigorous. What was I going to say? I got distracted by the stupid beep on the car. Yeah, so I also want to mention further about the bac exams. It's and they also, before you have the big one at the end of the year, you have what's called the bac blanc, which is kind of like a warm-up exam, but it's not a what's the golfing expression? Oh gosh, dang, I forgot. But a do-over or whatever. It's not just a practice in the sense that it doesn't count. It actually counts. So if you screw it up, it actually isn't. You don't get a do-over. It actually counts, and towards your total final grade. So yeah, I don't fully understand how it works yet, but watching my kids over these last 5 years in this school system, they are, like I said, they mean business. It's hard. The kids, they learn work early. I've heard from people who graduated from the French high school system and then went to an American university that they were essentially at the level of a junior or end of sophomore year in university for the U.S. for an American equivalent. In other words, an American junior at a college or university was at about the same level as a high school graduate here in France. So yeah, just a word about that. Anybody considering a move over here with their teenage kids or preteens, any kind of kid for that matter, that's what you're in for. You know, I hear a lot of American expats kind of complain about it, and you know, some of the teaching methods apparently are pretty old school here in France in terms of discipline and flexibility or lack thereof, but I do think the kids come out more educated and just basically smarter than American kids at the same stage.